Morning everybody, it's Monday today and we are well into the morning, which is unusual for us, but still a bit dull with the Christmas tree there and the window blocking out the light, so we just have to get on and do our best with it all. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. We couldn't put the service on yesterday because it was a nativity, and because it was a recorded nativity, the copyright wouldn't allow the nativity to be online, so apologies for that, but we can't do anything about that. As you can imagine, that copyright is most important to everyone and everything. So today, this week, in fact, Monday to Friday, I'm going to read from the Gospel of Luke. So we'll start today with Luke chapter 1, starting at verse 5 and reading down to verse 25. And then we'll have the rest of Luke 1 tomorrow and move on to Luke chapter 2 the next day. So Luke chapter 1, reading from verse 5. During the time when Herod was king of Judea, there was a priest named Zechariah who belonged to the priestly order of Abijah. His wife's name was Elizabeth. She also belonged to a priestly family. They both lived good lives in God's sight and obeyed fully all the Lord's laws and commands. They had no children because Elizabeth could not have any, and she and Zechariah were both very old. One day Zechariah was doing his work as a priest in the temple, taking his turn in the daily service. According to the custom followed by the priests, he was chosen by lot to burn incense on the altar. So he went into the temple of the Lord, while the crowd of people outside prayed during the hour when the incense was burned. An angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing at the right side of the altar where the incense was burned. When Zechariah saw him, he was alarmed and felt afraid. But the angel said to him, "Don't be afraid, Zechariah. God has heard your prayer, and your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son. You are to name him John. How glad and happy you will be, and how happy many others will be when he is born. John will be great in the Lord's sight. He must not drink any wine or strong drink. From his very birth he will be filled with the Holy Spirit, and he will bring back many of the people of Israel to the Lord their God. He will go ahead of the Lord, strong and mighty like the prophet Elijah. He will bring fathers and children together again. He will turn disobedient people back to the way of thinking of the righteous. He will get the Lord's people ready for him." Zechariah said to the angel, "How shall I know if this is so? I am an old man and my wife is old also." "I am Gabriel," the angel answered. "I stand in the presence of God, who sent me to speak to you and tell you this good news. But you have not believed my message, which will come true at the right time. Because you have not believed, you will be unable to speak. You will remain silent until the day my promise to you comes true." In the meantime, the people were waiting for Zechariah and wondering why he was spending such a long time in the temple. When he came out, he could not speak to them, and so they knew that he had seen a vision in the temple. Unable to say a word, he made signs to them with his hands. When his period of service in the temple was over, Zechariah went back home. Sometime later, his wife Elizabeth became pregnant and did not leave the house for 5 months. "Now at last the Lord has helped me," she said. "He has taken away my public disgrace." Amen, and God bless this reading from Luke chapter 1 and the start of the Christmas story leading up to Christmas Day at the end of the week. So just to remind people, we've got the Christmas Eve service on Christmas Eve obviously, and it will start at 7 o'clock, but there will be carol singing from about 6:45. So if you come in any time between 6:45 and 7 o'clock, you could just join in with the carol singing. The Christmas Eve service has been cancelled. Christmas Day service has been cancelled. My secretary is reminding me. Apologies. So Christmas Eve service will go ahead. Christmas Day service has been cancelled due to the COVID regulations, when we have got to do a big deep clean between services, and we've decided that rather than do that, we'll just cancel the service at the minute. So no Christmas Day service, and then the service next Sunday will be the 26th of December, and it will be in the Old Parish Church. As by habit, we take year about with the Old Parish Church for the service between Christmas and New Year, and it is their turn to host the service this year. So the service on Sunday the 26th will be in the Old Parish Church. Same time, 11 o'clock. If you are going to go, could you let me know? If you haven't already let myself or Marjorie know, could you let me know? Because we are once again on the track and trace, and it's just to really give the Old Parish a list of names and numbers for track and trace before we go, to make it easier for people going in on next Sunday. So if you have already let us know, that's no problem, that's great. Marjorie has got the list, which I will get from her. If you haven't let us know and you want to come to the service, then there's no problem. And one or two people have asked me about extra people or other people coming with them to Christmas Eve service. That's no problem. Family groups can sit together, and as long as we can write down a number of people beside your name, we've got everybody's name and number, but it would just be a case of adding numbers to your name. So hopefully that'll be fine. We will see you tomorrow, and have a good Monday, everybody. Looks a bit damp outside. I'm not sure if it's raining or not. I don't think it is. It looks a bit dry, but not very bright. But at least I've looked out, it's not frosty. That's always the best thing as far as I'm concerned. So take care, everybody. Look after yourself, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.